Well, welcome to 2005 First Burton BB Camp holiday at Haytor. We've been here a couple of days. When we came, that rock was in thick mist. The weather's improving and we're ready to start Monday. It's just over 8 o'clock. There's been a lot of work being done in the dining room. Let's go and join them for breakfast. Well, the kitchen's very busy. A bit steamed up. There is in there. Breakfast soon. Somebody early for breakfast, Peter?
Yeah, well, we're 7:05 this morning.
What time?
7:05 this morning.
Oh, that's a bit early.
No?
Well, when you're a duty officer, you're a quality control officer, are you?
Yeah, and they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And what tent is this morning? I've forgotten. Which tent is this? This is tent 2, I think, isn't it?
Tent 2. I've obviously, I've been very, very blessed this morning to have the best tent on duty all day with me. I know what a Callum's.
Blessed to have the best officer as well.
Well, what was that comment? Oh, you've got them trained already. Well, you sleep all right?
Sounds.
So they just recount.
I hear there was a little conversation between 2 tents last night. Did my spies tell me correctly?
Could you hear me?
I heard you around here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
No, I heard you once.
Peter, he's making tons of noise.
Which Peter? This Peter?
Yeah, that
I
Peter.
heard Peter shouting once. Cow.
Acker?
No, it was you. We'd just gone to bed.
Oh, that's what we're having for lunch.
Sure.
Sharp
How
cow.
did that happen?
Said cow, yeah.
Yeah, because he was ages. I was on the toilet again.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do. Do Collins. Okie dokie. Well done, boys.
Thank you, lads.
Ah, the potato brigade.
Oh, well and truly done.
It's floating around in there.
Day goes 20 hours. Nice to see you all, Brian.
Say good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Tom, you're a lot nicer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Say that again.
Good morning.
Mr. Gregory. Great stuff. Happy good morning to you. Top of the morning. Now the bad news is today we've got somebody visiting us obviously. We've got Captain Birdseye Film Enterprises on site today. So just be aware because you'll probably find quite a bit today you'll be filmed. Right. So you all sleep well last night?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah? No, Tom didn't. What's the matter, Tom?
Woke up 4:45 in the morning.
Did I go back to sleep again?
Yeah, I did. It was old.
He slides down the whole tent.
Yeah, I
Starts at one and
slid.
finishes
I
at the
slided so far down. I was at his feet. My head was at his feet.
Did it slide down there, was it?
And look, he's kicking.
Okay, let's have grace. If you definitely want to stand up and say so we can hear, please. Stand up. Good luck.
Dear God, thank you for the removal and thank you for loving us. Help us to have a great day today. In His name, Amen.
Peter?
Looks a bit steamy in this kitchen this morning.
Just slightly.
Well, the kitchen are busy, even laying eggs on the floor.
That's a cunning plan to stop you working.
Oh, is that to stop me, the cunning plan?
David?
Good bacon.
10-3.
You on Friday.
Duty squad washing up.
Okay, good morning everybody. We're going to sing a song in a minute. First of all, I will pray for us. Father God, we thank you for your gift of this new day. We praise you for your goodness and faithfulness to us, and that your mercies to us are new every morning. We praise you for your faithfulness. Thank you that we can look at your word, the Bible, and hear you speaking to us. We pray that that might be so this morning, and that we might walk with you for the rest of the day, serving you by serving one another. We ask that we would sing your praises and give thanks to you now, honouring you for the great God that you are. And we ask all these things for Jesus' sake. Amen. 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 We're going to sing the one on the sheet that says, "Salvation belongs to our God," which is again on the back. Who knows this one? One or two. Okay. We have to sing out loud. Those who don't know, pick it up. Should we stand up?
Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne. And to the Lamb, praise and glory, wisdom and thanks, honor and power and strength. To our God forever.
It's almost 22, so if Stuart's group goes with him, we'll how long do you reckon, Stuart? 50 minutes? 50 minutes or 55? Alright, so we'll put it up.
Time for inspection.
Didn't it seem to take forever? Because you were taking such little steps.
I was going with my feet.
Yeah.
Trying to work out what it's like to be blind.
I was sure I was going to end up in a ditch.
Well, it's almost 11:15. Time for inspection. Tent 1 should be ready. Tent 2 and tent 3 a little to go.
Attention! How disrespectful.
At ease. Okay, so you're ready? So, Mr. Gaskins, are you going to...
Sir, I'm ready. I've got the book.
Have you tried to get them in line?
As Stuart Gregory has just said, the pegs down the side.
Well, everything has to be lined up in the same order. Clean and tidy, brailed up with the walls up so that you get some fresh air in.
Is there a reason why this one isn't Alistair?
Mike, there's a big knot on that one.
And it's good to see the other tent, as we might call it,
Mine's the tidy side.
being tidied up. Which is the tidy side?
This is my side, this is Stuart's side.
Shameful.
What's that? That one.
That is shameful.
Look, the peg actually goes
The tent pegs are in line and the ropes are tight just in case it rains on us, but today looks really good and it's warm.
Okay, if you have seen, gentlemen, the guys, out of 20,
Really? Well, yesterday we didn't mark on the positioning of the pegs.
but you were told that we would do today.
That side's okay, that side's way out of line, and these guy ropes here aren't in line. I think the guys are all tight enough,
Yeah, they're a bit tight.
and they're all facing the right direction.
I want the back.
I think I'd go with 17.
Well, after tent 1, it's tent 3.
Okay, standard ease. Everything okay?
Is that right? Yep. And what I would suggest you do is get yourselves organised and if you can
So I presume there's one of both you coming round.
assuming Mr Gregory says that that's all right. These are the things.
These things here aren't the same angle.
That's a good line down there. This is not quite as good. But that one there. Which one are we looking at?
One, yeah. Why is that guy pointing on that?
That one?
This one?
No.
They're not, is that right?
They're all right.
Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Yep.
I can't move it. Where can I move it?
Right, you slide down all the time, do you, Tom?
Yeah,
He ends up with our stuff at the bottom.
It's really funny actually.
He sleeps in between me and George, just ends up in the bottom.
Who's in the middle? Who's the sandwich in the middle?
Tom. I have to guard the door apparently.
Good, well that's a good thing to do.
It used to be Boston.
It's hard to judge tents.
That's hard. Problem is when you braille it up with the grass, sometimes grass blows in and then they count it.
You've got a pillow under it.
Slides up.
Tent 3 are doing well, they've nearly finished. Sorry, tent 2, because they were duty tent doing the work in the kitchen. So they're given a bit of extra time.
The big red bag.
Callum making sure that the tent is clean.
No, it seems to be not conforming to the other pattern.
Should be facing the other way.
But I'm mad. I'm
Found one of these, sir.
What is it?
Oh, despicable. Oh.
Oh,
That is disgusting litter.
but tent 2 looks ready to go. Is it ready to go, Callum?
Still, we'll get done for this cruise. See how we can sort out later.
Okay, so how many?
Tomorrow.
Summing up time.
Squad 2, attention.
Okay, standard ease. You guys come out with us?
Yep.
We'll check the guys first.
That's it.
Just as a general thought, when you actually do an about turn, you actually do an about turn from an attention rather than from a team. Yeah? That's okay, no problem. Oh, get your shoe on! Oh, flipping heck! Oh. That was our side.
Better to have a sturdy tent in there. Pretty one. Tension's good then.
Right, guys.
That was buried well, let's have a look.
That's also buried.
Oh dear, little bits of rubbish.
Buried. Having to go.
I think Stuart's been ferreting again. That's what happened when you've been a tent commander in the
It's
past.
a bit of fluffy.
Yes,
and
that's what happens,
I think
I'm
it's a
afraid.
bit disgraceful because it's only little.
Well, doesn't matter how small it is.
But they have been searching on their hands and knees, burying for them.
15 on that one.
Right.
Okay.
The NCOs can now inspect the officers' tent. NCOs only.
Can we debrail it?
No. Brailing stays up to make it sweeter for the rest of the day.
Joe, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. I'm really good.
As soon as I get them straight, I get lifted off the ground.
Right. Right, tent 3, if you can get your act together, we need you up in the dining room, please.
Right, lads, you can take your sweatshirts off. Tent 3 are on duty and are needed in the kitchen.
And what? And 2 and 1.
And 2 and 1, so I'm told.
Because we need to get various bits and pieces.
Yes, the activities have to be started.
Are you okay?
Well, we're going to have tent competitions of chess and table tennis and croquet. And that'll be lunch soon.
Okay, thank you, boss.
Who won, Tom? Who won?
We're just playing for the sake of it.
What did you just say? Check.
Can't move him to there, that's still check. I can move him back. Just let you move. And look, I'll just play with chess and move.
How are we getting through the tradecraft to you? Being consumed?
Oh no, that's not good actually. Not good. I don't know what I'm doing now. Rubbish.
But this one is a competition for real. And the clock's ticking. Check.
So your legs will drop off in the
Yeah. It's not.
You take marks and stuff.
What tense is this?
If you move the console to the other side, you get
How did I? Isn't that big? Put you in the chair. You're good.
Check.
Best your time, son.
What? We can get people up down tonight. Shit.
You're out of bed.
What, mate? You can move diagonal there. No, actually. Just keep back still.
Yeah, there you are, in check.
And I think just at me.
Well done.
Thank
well
you.
Done. Now you better do the competition for good and win that maybe. Well, that's part of the programme. Let's see what else we've got to do.
Peter!
Part of independent competitions, we may get a campus badge this afternoon, which will mean taking down the tents you've just seen and putting them back up again. 10 minutes to take them down and 20 minutes to take them up, put them up. And the overnight hike at 8:30 tonight.
They're on the side.
And then the go-karting
Hey,
and the sea fishing and the rest. But the next thing is going to be lunchtime. That is check, isn't it? You've just won at table tennis, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's second.
Okay.
Is that second round?
No, that's the first round.
First
So you're
one.
now playing Dominic Rogers. Thomas Carlton.
Is it in the bag, Simon?
What?
Is it in the bag?
No.
Tom, in the bag yet?
Definitely not.
There's no way you guys can win it.
Right. Ages ago.
Check. Right, Joyce.
Those people's orders.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Oh.
You got the queen back.
Oh. That's his queen back.
I nearly made the stupidest mistake of my life then. You could have got me, couldn't you?
Well.
Yeah, but now it's pretty much impossible
There is
to
a
get me in checkmate.
Stalemate.
It's got to be stalemate. There's no way you can get me in checkmate.
There is.
Listen. There isn't.
King and queen in a corner. There is.
See what the time's doing.
That'd be well.
Well, as long as you make quick moves, you're not going to be timed out, are you?
Check.
Somebody's going to get timed out.
At this rate, it's going to take absolutely ages.
I think they're meant to be coming at 5:30.
How is it?
Stalemate, shake hands, fellas. Come on, that was a good game.
Hey!
After all that.
You could have put it to there, that would be checkmate.
Actually, leave that there and put that
in the corner.
there. Now, that therefore means that the king can't come over this there anyway. Can't come there, so could go there.
Thanks. You need to. Can you
Now then you must cut down the options. Because then if you actually bring that across there, still he can't come this way.
That. And he's trapped.
And he's trapped.
And the competition continues.
Yes.
But lunchtime is almost on us.
you want to sit down? Yeah, they'll come now.
Right, it's round to the campsite race, carrying your NCO.
All of you have got to be involved
That's right.
in the carrying. If you look.
You must all have your hands on the carry position all the time. You can't just run behind. Do you understand?
What happens with the...
Get it sorted?
Right. 2, 1, go.
Go! Come on! Come on!
Go! Down to go!
Hey!
Can Siri go and move that brush?
I'll get it.
Come on, round the back! Come on! Come on!
Round David!
This is fun.
Come on!
Go on, man!
Go on! Hey, time!
37 seconds.
37 seconds!
Well done, guys.
Come on, 10-3.
Actually, get the fun.
Go further, go in the position.
Who takes off this? This is going to be weighing you down.
That's so heavy.
Come on, chaps. You're going to blow it.
Ready? Christmas is coming. Right, yeah. Go. No.
No, wait for the start.
Say so.
Hold him up.
Hold him up and get him ready. Wait for the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, 10-3. Come on. Get him up.
Grab your hand.
Come on.
Don't push it too fast. You're pushing too fast. Go slow or slow.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I feel like Georgia thinks he's pushing on the back. Quite dark up there, isn't it?
Come on, pick him up.
Come on! Hey, listen, that's the T-bell.
Dom's the same age as you though, and then...
Come on.
Come on! Come on, Dom! Come on, Tom! Come on, Dom!
Come on, fellas. Come on, come on.
George, take over, George.
Come on!
Oh, you okay?
Just do something. Right, go. Come on. Come on, idiot.
Sure you would let us
No, I'm at point of completing it. The speed at the moment.
Come on!
Come on, lads. Come on. You're doing it now. Come on.
Give him George! Give him George!
Drag him there. Drag him there. Get him there. Push him. How long?
1 minute 55 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Spare dues.
Last 10 now. Oh, let's see if they do any better. Come on, tent one.
Get your back straight.
Are you nearly ready?
Yeah. You got to run, yeah, you got to run.
Pass the start line.
Get behind the start line, please.
Get back.
I'm going to go down then.
Back.
No, wait, go down.
I don't do that.
Behind the line.
Line, please.
Get back.
2, 1, go.
Come on, 10-1. Oh, look at that.
That's the advantage.
Come on.
No.
Look at this. Look at this.
The point about this is the fact that you've got two carriers.
Nearly there.
You're nearly there.
They have two odds carriers now.
And the time is?
25 seconds.
Well done, 10-1.
Hey.
Yep. After the pop, we're going to go and do a tink and lurkey and put the brailing down and the doors just in case we have a drop of rain.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that if it's an individual, which is 5 and which is oh, the chest, yeah, but not that one.
Right, getting ready for tink and lurkey, you've got to have boots on and trousers. And then out onto the moor.
Be back with your bike 1:45. If we can be sensible, please, going upstairs, stay together. Try and avoid the mud of the wheel. We need to decide where we're exactly going to play. It will depend upon how many it is. And the bad news is that the all-star Tink and Lurkey player, Mrs. Gregory, is coming up. So
Yum to hope.
the games will be shorter than usual. And then we're going to play Capture the Flag, hopefully. So, is everybody ready? No? Yeah. Tom just fastening his boots.
Well, the action's amongst the ferns. And that's where they are, if you can see them. Somewhere just over there. Ahead, walking amongst the ferns.
There's somebody else coming forward.
that Paul? So it's easy enough to hide for Tin Can Lurky. When the ball's kicked, everybody hides and then comes back again. So it's really a hide and seek job. Where have they all gone is the question. And the game hasn't yet started.
There's Kieran. Complete with Pram.
So that's where they're hiding. And what an adventure playground this is. And tonight, 8:30, coming out of the site, across, the car park here will be empty, and it'll be across to the quarry over there. And then possibly behind Haytor Rock, where we'll check the route when Tin Can Lurky is over. But they're off hiding, and the others are trying to catch them. And there's one here, and it looks like Dominic to me, somewhere in that gorse. Wonder where they are. There's one. There's another one. That's Paul. There's another one. That's Callum. And they're hiding. Get down below the bracken. Nobody will know you're there. If we hadn't seen them, we wouldn't know they're there. And the others have to find. Voices but no faces. But there's one here. I wonder if he's escaped from the zoo. Got to try and get back to claim that ball, which is down there. Wonder how near they are. And they're after him. So near.
Got him? Yeah. Got George. He's going to sweep out
still haven't found him, and they're only 15 yards away. Alistair's missed his chance. And if the others will catch him. Found anybody? Found nobody yet, Tom?
Yeah, I found Dom, but I never took him. I didn't think he was on my team. I thought he was on my team. Oh, someone down there, Tom. Someone in this gunnel. No. Well, I can't find him. I'll go down there.
So near. So near. Little does he realise. He's just missed the target. Oh, there's a danger point there. It's getting there. Have you found any, Alistair? Oh, so near.
Come here, Tom. Tom. Seen anyone, Tom? Search along here, yeah?
How can he miss him? Go on! Go on! Go on!
Go left. Where is he at?
He's there. He's going to make it. And he's made it.
The hike tonight, just want to check with you one or two things. On the map here we've got the checkpoints, some of the checkpoints marked.
That's just marked.
Yeah, okay. And so what I just want to do is just to check that, first of all, you're aware of what you've got to carry. You're going to carry your walking gear, some of it which you will have on, wearing, some of which you will need to have in a rucksack. Now each of you will have to carry a rucksack. Now if you have no rucksack, I can let you borrow one of mine, right? But you'll need to take a rucksack. Right, what do you need to take in your rucksack? You'll need to take things like spare
batteries,
clothing if you're going to need it, waterproof if you're not going to wear it at the beginning, and so on. You will also, between you, be required to actually carry a pile of drink, because we're going to have a drink while we're out, of orange. You will need to carry the drink, some cups, and there may even be some cake and stuff like that. And it will be your responsibility for carrying it. Okay. The other thing is about the hike, that you'll know we haven't put down an estimated time of departure, nor an estimated time of arrival. What you need to do, Roger's got the list which he's actually printing off on his using modern technology. He will produce a copy of the route that we've done for each of you. You will be responsible for marking off, you for the bit that you did, you for the bit that you did, you for the bit that you did, and you for the bit that you did. And you will need to write down what time we left, that's at the first stage, yeah? What time we actually got to the checkpoint 1, and so on right the way through, yeah? And then when you've actually done all that, you should be able to come together and note the times that each of you have put down. Right? Now, is there anything else that you feel you want to ask?
Does anyone have a watch?
Does anybody have a watch?
Must have one between you.
You have one between you, yeah?
What about a first aid kit?
First aid kit?
Somebody must carry one in their
There's
rucksack.
a first aid kit across yonder. And you
Who's
must
going to carry it?
Again, carry a first aid kit.
Okay.
You must carry a first aid kit.
Yeah,
Now look, if for one reason or another things go horribly pear-shaped, there are various people around who would be able to un-pear-shaped what you do. Yeah?
Look at me.
Anything else you want to know? Callum Stevenson and Mike Gregory are coming. They're back markers. I am deliberately putting them at a distance from you so that you can't walk alongside them and say, where are you? Because it's down to you tonight.
Yes, we set off at 8:30.
Okay.
Daylight for a while.
Jay's grave with the red light camera.
And what time approximately will you be back?
Okay, and approximately, I suspect we'll be back in the region of about 12:30.
Well, almost 8:30. And the midnight hike's on the move. Roger Bunce, the warden's going with us. And I think this is where they come. Navigators at the front. It does remind me much of the Cleveland hike. Very much of the Cleveland hike. I wonder if they'll find the way, and all the way, both out and back.
Alistair! Just wait there. Wait there.
And there's Roger Bunce, the warden at Haytor, qualified outdoor pursuits leader, going with us, I think, for at least part of the way.
Wait.
With the DV Gold fellas at the back as back markers. Well, good morning. It was rather late this morning, somewhere around 2 o'clock when they all got back after a great night out. And breakfast had been put back for 9 o'clock on a lovely day. Oh, where are they all?
You are? I changed my watch. What do you say?
Well, it was a bit of a short night, wasn't it? I know, 2 o'clock this morning, was it? We got in?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Where's the 4 fellas that did the work? Go on, stick your hands up. Stand up. Stand up. Come on, it's not too. Stand up. You 4 fellas that did the navigating. Come on, we did well. Thanks, lads. The reports I had were that, yes, you went a little bit adrift somewhere around Hound Tor, but you did a smashing job last night. Thanks very much, and the rest of the team. It's an adventure, isn't it? A midnight hike when it gets to 2 o'clock. Sorry to say you got a full day today. And what's happening round the rock today?
Going round the rock.
Round the rock, right? Oh, going round the rock, yes. On your own?
6 hours sleep.
Well, you might have a bit of sleep. Let's have some grace, please, Stuart. Thank you.
Anyone want to say grace first?
Thank you.
Dear God, thank you for the food. Thank you for loving us. Please help us to have a great day today and enjoy like treasure hunt and other activities today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Good morning, good morning, and how do you do?
And that's what you're going to breakfast. There's no breakfast this morning. That's it, fellas. Sorry.
I've got to sing a song back to them.
Yes.
Hands like this.
Well, the warden needs to come and see whether we are up to scratch or not, and then to supervise the tent craft afterwards, and also to assess me as company captain for Camp Creston leadership.
Let's go!
Duty squad had to do all their work before they came back here 15 minutes ago, so they're working quite hard. It is a beautiful morning. And those are the tents that are going to be coming down after inspection. A hive of activity.
Usually, if you think about the line, halfway between there and there, that's the line. Yeah.
Right, any conclusions, gentlemen?
I'm going to put bag now.
Tension's good. Things wooden bits are all facing the right direction.
Where your knife, fork and spoon to get them out?
Yeah.
Let's wait till we get everything in.
Go on, get it out now. Oh, I've got
Right, gentlemen.
I've got
Might be someone else's bag.
you know, Alex is Squad 3, attention.
Squad 3, stand at east.
Just to fill you in, Roger, this group here have got 2 people who've never been on camp before. Is that right?
Fantastic. Well,
2 people
yes.
who've never been on camp before. So
very
that
first
should be,
time.
yeah, okay. If you bring your remaining 2 geniuses to attention, you might like to bring to attention about stand up, and then they can have a look what's going on behind. Oh, looking good. Looking good. Thank you.
Go and have a drink.
And then just send everyone back down here.
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not sooner.
Literally drink. Back.
Yeah.
Okay?
Alright.
Go.
Don't you want a drink?
Come on.
Hello, baby. Falling in, had you?
No, we didn't fall in.
Boys, the tent inspection went extremely well this morning. You've all been learning, I think, especially the juniors, the ones who haven't been to camp before. Exceptional tent over here. You're thinking about what you're doing, you're actually doing all the different stages, you're very methodical about the way you're working on the tents, but I hope you've learnt something this morning. All the tents, all 3 tents, tent 1, 2 and 3, have been done extremely well. Always room for improvement though, always need to sort of be working to make sure that all these sort of skills are learnt and remembered for next time and improved on. I'm still learning, I've been doing things now for, must be 40 years at least, and I'm still learning all the time, so nobody stops learning. We all have to go through the same process as you're going through to actually get to this sort of stage. And partly why we do this is because the tents are so expensive, they need to be kept right. Each of these tents is over £700. It's not just that, it's just a question of getting that sort of self-discipline to do things right in the right way, and then you do things properly, things don't get damaged, and also it's good for your own sort of self-esteem to know that everything is looking good in the tent. So I'm very, very pleased with what I've seen this morning. I see lots and lots of groups, thousands of youngsters using this site every year, and I would say that your company is probably one of the very best that ever come up here to Broadleys, and so you should be very proud of yourself. Well done. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Do other groups have to do tent inspection?
They do. A lot of the groups do tent inspection exactly the same way as you've been doing it. But to be honest with you, I haven't seen another group that's been any better than you. Some are up to the same level as you, but not many. Most of them are far slacker than you are, and it's really a tribute to all of you that you've actually been learning all the time. Because some of you younger ones, of course, in the future you're going to be tent leaders. You're going to be seniors, and therefore you'll be teaching the younger ones coming through, and it's all a very, very good way of doing it, to be quite honest. But we do have thousands of youngsters using the site, as I say, every year. A lot of the companies do the same kind of thing as you're doing at the tent inspection, and it's extremely good for you to learn this sort of technique of actually looking after the tents properly. Okay? We do have inspections ourselves, so in fact leaders, Mr. Mills here is being inspected by me, because I'm obviously from a different company, so I'll be expecting Mr. Mills to actually see what his tent craft skills are later on. So seniors and leaders all get tested. I get tested, somebody comes in and checks me from time to time to make sure I'm doing things right as well.
Thank you. Now, can we do a little bit of tent craft with these tents? Tent 3, you'll need to just sit around here to set instruction on how to take this tent down. Hopefully our 2 officers, who many years ago took a tent, put a tent up in 10 minutes, and down, and away. They're going to assist tent 1 and tent 2 in pulling down those 2 tents over there when you've had instruction.
Right.
So, will you give us the details?
I'll certainly give you, first of all, I'll tell you how to do a tent. The first thing, the most important thing to do is make sure everything is open and undone. So, before we actually get going with this tent, you've got to inspect the tent to see what sort of condition it is. Look inside the tent to make sure everything's out of the tent. We've still got a ground sheet in there at the moment. We've taken all the other bits and pieces out. So when the tent is actually empty, completely empty, and all the railing is down as well, you can then loop all the loops onto the braiding pegs. These things get lost very, very easily if you're taking a tent down. You forget about these. One in the corner, that's already been done, so you must make sure you remove all the pegs. When all the braiding pegs are out, that's the first step that you do when you're doing a tent. The next thing, never touch the main guys at all. Leave the main guys up. They're the very last things which come down. The next thing you do, just do one to show you. You take this out, you might have to loosen the guy. So again, you use this as a puller, and because the angle of the peg is going like that, you need to get on top of it and then pull the peg out. If you try to pull it that way, you won't be able to pull the peg out at all, because you're strain on both sides of the tent. And you undo the tent all the way along the side, pulling as you go. Okay, you pull all these pegs out as you go, and you tie the guys like this. When you've done all that, then the next step is to look at the poles, decide which way you're going to drop the tent. If you're going to drop it uphill, you can slant the posts or the tent poles uphill all the way through the tent like that. So I'm not doing the whole thing yet. We'll do that in a minute, but you check them all. When you've got it ready, then you hold this guy, pull out this peg, still holding the guy. You have somebody standing on that side at the same time. You have somebody standing on the pole, and you just drop the tent and it will drop beautifully. Okay, if you find there's a tough one, just give me a shout and I can give you a hand with it. But we've got to get them all out. So you crawl along the edge, pulling as you go. Well done, that's as well.
I think experience will show with these 2 officers who've done it in the 10 minutes about 6 years ago.
Brilliant. Alright, now we work opposite each other. What we do, so if you want to start on that corner, and then, well, you saw what I did earlier, keep pulling them and go, and you can start, not the main guys, don't touch the main guys, working on the walls of the tent first, all these guys which are attached to the tent itself, to the top. What you're doing is doubling the rope straight away. Right.
Now then, next
How many
step
times
is...
double it, Roger? Twice?
You can go, it depends on the length of the guy. If it's very long, you can do it twice.
Alright, now what you need to do is actually watch. You've got to that stage. Watch what Roger's doing now.
Okay.
See, we've got to that stage. George.
Right. Take the two ends like that, you make a loop, and then you thread the
main guys.
just to tie it. Simple knot like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And then they don't get tangled.
Use another rope, you don't have to use that rope.
You got it. It's two. You loosen it first, holding on to this, so it keeps tight. You then pull a peg, like that, okay? So you don't lose the peg. And now, all you've got to do is slacken. That's it. Now we start to release. Okay, you can ease off now. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. That's it. We take it down together if we can. Now we take the pole, and that will not get tangled. Okay, you do exactly the same. Would you like to do that one? Just like I've done there. And we'll take the poles out. Would you like to grab that one? I tell you what, you can crawl in on your knees from this one. Want to do that?
Go on, Tom, enjoy yourself.
Tom, if you like to come here, my son's school. Make sure you keep your knees. Take it right out. Okay. Make sure the poles come right out. Just pull it. Pull the whole. No, the pole is here. That's it. That's it. You just pull the whole thing out. Well done, good boy. Now you can come out.
Come on, George, pull it out.
Now you can do the ridge. If you like to just... This one is still done up. See, that's tied up still. You've got to make sure that's undone. Now they're all plastic. We still call them sod cloth. Hesse is like sacking. And it used to soak up all the water which used to run in the tent. Now you just drop it on the ground. What we've done there, okay, now we take the ridge and we fold that down right over to the end. Right over. And that's it. That's neat. We know all the guys are inside, and then you take one end and you just roll it really tight, and that's done. And to be honest with you, it took us longer than 10 minutes, but it's the first time you're getting instruction on the way. But when you get more used to it, sometimes you find this sticks out of it like that, so you just tuck it in, make it neat. Yes, normally what happens is this. Before you actually... Yeah, brilliant. I will. Okay. You leave the tent just outside the tent store, boys, which is the first building you get to on the left. Okay?
Well, you've done the whole lot then, Tom, haven't you? Tent, poles, and now pegs.
Guys, take the ridge, fold the ridge back over the top. Okay? So that's it.
You said you expected it harder, Tom, in what way?
Well, I expected the walk to be slightly
Mm.
longer. But it's been as I expected so far.
Somebody says, ouch, I've thrown it too far.
That's it.
No.